Hello everyone and welcome back to some Marvel Champions for the channel, and we are starting the first of what ended up being a 3 expansion set focused on the X-Men for Marvel Champions. This was the first one, Mutant Genesis, and it deals with all mutants kind of getting blamed for the actions of the Brotherhood of Mutants. Specifically in the opening you fight Sabretooth, who is, after an announcement from Senator Kelly is made, appears to try and kidnap him, and the X-Men go to try and rescue him. Now, if you've been keeping up with the videos I've been doing on Marvel Champions, you'll know I will be playing as Colossus, who is actually hiding underneath here, customizing his default deck, but still using the aspect he starts with, which was protection. And even after customizing his deck a little bit, it's a little rough, I feel. I'm not sure it's going to be great. I don't think we'll have the same loss record as like Galaxy's Most Wanted, but it might be close. So I might end up switching. Like I'm trying to stick with always using one of the two characters that come with each expansion. But if we keep losing, I might switch it out and go to like... Cyclops is a pretty good true solo character that came out in this exact same wave. So I think he'd probably be the best bet to switch to, with maybe like an aggression setup or something. But we'll try with Colossus, since he and Shadowcat are the two that come in the box. And with that, let's go look at how Sabretooth works. So we have played against Sabretooth once before, my friends and I, online. It did not go well, from what I recall. He only has 13 health in Form 1, but that's because he has a healing factor mechanic, which makes sense, because that's what he has in the comics. He's Scheme 1, Attack 2. Force response: after he activates against you, discard the top card of the encounter deck and he heals for how many boost icons are on it. So that's why he has a low health tally, because he will keep on healing back. The first mission is called Stalked by Sabretooth. You use his first two forms if you're playing standard mode, and then for his cards you add in standard and two modular ones, and it recommends Brotherhood and Mystique. I will tell you right now in advance, that Mystique encounter set is so frustrating and annoying. I've included it because I'm using what it says, but it is so annoying to fight against. I really hope it doesn't come up, but I'm sure it will now that I've said that. Senator Kelly is hiding, so this side scheme, Find the Senator, is in play, and you can only take threat off of this to start with. It starts with 5. Meanwhile, Sabretooth is stalking the halls here, trying to find the Senator, and it has the forced response: after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, i.e. putting threat on scheme, deal 2 damage to Robert Kelly, or 3 damage if there's at least 6 threat here. However, while he's attached to Find the Senator, that text is considered blank. If Robert Kelly gets killed, we lose. If we save him, and we save him by like rescuing him, it becomes that he's running away, and then we try and save him. If I remember rightly, once you find him, like that kicks in and Sabretooth is just constantly attacking him, so you have to keep defending him. So if we get to that point, we've really got to be able to try and kill Sabretooth as fast as possible. So I think I might try and get him to phase 2 before we find the Senator. That could be really, really rough, I don't know, but I'm going to give it a go, and we'll see what happens. And as a very brief reminder, Colossus, a 1/2/2. He can have 2 tough cards instead of 1, and a lot of his unique cards use those tough status cards, spending them to do extra damage, status effects, etc. He does really well when there's not a lot of minions. That Brotherhood modular set is all minions, so again, I think this is going to be a rough start, but we'll see how it goes. And after you change to his form, he gets a tough status card, but we will be starting on the Piotr Rasputin side, and that means that during setup, we search his deck for a copy of Organic Steel and add it to our hand. Technically, you're supposed to draw your initial hand first, so this time I'll do it that way. But that is it. He has 14 health, 6 hand size on this side, and sadly only 4 on his other side, which is very rough to deal with. So, we'll get started after this quick word from my channel sponsor. This video is sponsored by Noble Knight Games. Check out the video description below for an affiliate link that will take you through to their store, and it will help me out as well. Thanks. Let's just give it one last little shuffle, but I assure you I have shuffled it off camera, and we'll just cut the deck there and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm hoping for a chance to add some upgrades straight away, since I do want to try and get them down fast. So we have ourselves Steel Fist, Shadowcat, Protective Training, Counter Punch, Energy, and a second Steel Fist. That is able to do a lot of damage, and if we would have that, that would be enough to do one of them. It would cost us a tough status, but we stun and confuse, and that's really good. Oh, we could do 10 damage straight away, couldn't we? I think I'm just going to keep this hand as is. Yeah, I think, we're just going to go with that. So I will search for Organic Steel because I have to, it's not optional. So I will also have an organic steel in hand, which we probably won't get to put out straight away. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about whether or not I want to do 2 steel fists. And with that, let's begin. And we are, of course, going to be flipping up to our Colossus side, rather. So we get a tough status card just for doing that because of steel skin. So there we have it. And I think I am going to equip organic steel. So we'll use the energy card to pay for that. And put our 2 counters on it. And that lets us regain that tough once we use it up a little bit. And we still have enough to do 1 steel fist and probably hold on to the other one. So on that note, I will get rid of Shadowcat and Protective Training since we ain't getting them out. And that covers the cost to play Steel Fist. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. You may discard a tough status card from your hero, stun and confuse that enemy. So rather than just discard it, we're tapping this. So I'm removing a counter, which immediately puts the tough status card back. Sabretooth goes down to 8. Although he heals regardless of whether or not he does attack us, because it's just he activates against us is the wording. And he is confused and stunned. Yep, 1 each. There you go, buddy. Enjoy those. I have a counter punch and steel fist in hand, and I want to hold on to both of those. So those are still in my hand. Oh, we still get to do something as well, of course. I will just hit Sabretooth for 2. Why not? So that's him down to 6 already. Then end my turn. We have 2 cards in hand, so I'm drawing just 2, unfortunately. We've got pinned down, that's for dealing with minions. And we have Emma Frost, aka the White Queen. Okay. So, at the start of the villain phase, this gains 1 threat per player. So, it gains 1 threat. Sabretooth acts against us, attacking, but he is stunned. And then, as I say, because of the wording on it, after he activates against you, not successfully or anything like that. So he is going to heal. He's going to heal... Oh, what if it's a star? It specifically says boost icons, so I presume he heals 0, so that's lucky. Fine. And then encounter card. Oh no, that's so rough. That is so rough. Well, you know who comes out to play when you draw that card in the Colossus deck? The Juggernaut comes out to play, who has a base attack of 4. And stalwart and tough. And 8 health. Did I mention 8 health? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. And let's see what else. Did you have to put his side scheme? Rampaging Juggernaut. When revealed, discard each tough status card from each friendly character. Place 2 threat here for each tough status card discarded that way. He's stealing my tough as well. So it's 2 for every tough. So that's 4 in total then, because he's stealing that. Well, as far as starts go, that might be the worst possible thing ever, because his Shadows of the Past character is so tough. He also has these 3 cards, which will now need to get mixed into the encounter deck. Yeah. That's yeah. So before we continue into my next turn, because this card re-readied at the end of my turn, when my tough was stolen by Rampaging Juggernaut, I think I could have tapped that and used up the last resource to get tough back, so I am doing that. It's not much, but it might help a little bit, because this is not a great situation to be in. So, this is a problem. I can use Pin Down on Juggernaut. Wait, no I can't. He doesn't have the minion keyword. He's a brute and an elite. Well, it only would have lowered his attack by 2, which isn't super great when you have an attack of 4. So never mind. Well, I see. I'm going to attack Juggernaut to get rid of his tough. And then I think I'm going to have to Steel Punch him. Yeah. Which cards am I going to have to get rid of? It's going to have to be Emma. Emma and Pin Down to pay for the other Steel Fist. I am getting rid of my tough as well. Wait, no. I shouldn't, because Stalwart... I always forget if Stalwart... I think it's right at the start of the book that tells you, or reminds you what Stalwart is. Stalwart is... A character with Stalwart cannot be stunned or confused. Therefore, I will not spend my tough, because there is no need. I still hit him for 5, though, so there is that. That's a pretty big hit. I wish I could have done that on Sabretooth, because Sabretooth's just going to heal. So I have counter punch. I'm going to save that. I'm going to flip down and end my turn there. So I have one card left in hand, so I'm drawing 5. Rock Slide, Power of Protection, Iron Will for +1 thwart, Armor Up, oops, and another Power of Protection. Well, alright then. So, at the end of the turn, this gains 1 threat. And then Sabretooth tries to scheme. He can't, he's confused, but he still heals for nothing again. I got lucky there. Juggernaut schemes for 1, so this goes to 3. Sorry for leaning across the camera here. It's very dark in these winter mornings, so I'm having to have the light very close, which just means if I do cast a shadow in front of it, the shadow is more pronounced. And is that everything? Let's see, that was scheming, and that's just a boost icon for attacking. Would that have procced? Well, no, even if it... No, it wouldn't proc on drawing a card for healing. And then encounter card. Oh no. Side scheme, Feral Rage. When defeated, Sabretooth attacks the player who defeated this scheme, even if that player is in alter ego form. Ugh. And it also has the thing where I can't take off threat from the main scheme while it's in play. Although so does Find the Senator, and there isn't actually a lose condition for how much threat is on there, at least in terms of instant game over. But if it gets to 6+, he hits the Senator for 3 damage instead of 2. So I am going to have a rough time here. This is already out of control, and we're what, 2 turns in? I think I'm going to get Rock Slide out for sure, because I have 2 Power of Protection cards. Both of those, ignore the armor up, both of those count for double if playing for a leadership card, so that's a total of 4 to get Rock Slide out. He's got a massive 6 health and Retaliate 1. I wish I had that power up I could give him to give him even more health, because that would be so useful. But just having him there to maybe take a hit for me or something, I think would be useful. Then beyond that, do I do anything else? If I wanted to up my thwart capabilities, I would have to use up the cards I want to hold in hand. But getting an upgrade out, is that worth it? Yeah, I'm going to say it is. So these 2 are gone, armor up and the counter punch to pay for Iron Will. I am +1 thwart. I'll just put it out of sight. It just means he's now a 2/2/2 on hero side. And on that note, we are flipping up to hero side, and we've changed to that form, so we get a tough status card. Like so, we've got 2. Now, how do I best make use of these 2? Between the 2 of them, they hit for 5 damage. Juggernaut's got 3 health left, so let's have Rock Slide take him out. Goodbye, Mr. Juggernaut. Unfortunately, he takes 2 consequential damage for that, but I think that was probably worth it. And then, which of these many things? I will thwart this one, so it's at 4, so we'll just do that, down to 2, and that's my turn, and we're staying in hero form. That means I'm drawing 4. We have Nightcrawler, we have Polaris, we have another counter punch, that might be useful actually, and Made of Rage. Ooh, that's the kind of card I want. Okay. So, we have 1 on the main scheme. Sabretooth is attacking. I could technically make Rock Slide take it, but I'm going to take it. And that means I don't need to defend. Hang on, let me read Counter Punch. After your hero defends against an enemy... that's no use then. Well, I'm still just letting him hit me, because the tough will absorb the damage. So he's hitting for 2 plus 3 plus 4. He's hitting for 4, but doesn't matter. Tough takes it. He did hit me though, and then he heals for 1. And there goes Toad, so that's 1 less minion that's going to be summoned. He's back up to 7 health. And then he is encounter carding me. Animal Ferocity. Attached to Sabretooth, Sabretooth gains Stalwart. He can't be stunned or confused. Hero has to spend 1 of each resource type to discard this card. Well, ain't that a kick in the teeth. So I absolutely can knock Sabretooth down to Form 2 with Made of Rage, for sure. I really wish I could get Polaris out. She costs 3 and at best I can cover 2 if I spend Made of Rage. That's rough. I've only got 1 tough status card left and it would go away to do the full damage. But that would definitely, it would knock Sabretooth to phase 2. I could flip down, let him scheme for a turn. Is that what I want to do? Who knows? Yeah, okay, fine. Polaris and Nightcrawler are unfortunately going to have to spend... Wait, what am I doing? I don't need to spend for that yet. Never mind. No. These stay in hand for now. I'm just doing Counterpunch. It's free. Well, it's free. It costs a tough status card. But that means I get plus 6 attack, so I'm currently hitting for 8 plus Overkill. Sabretooth's got 7, so that knocks him down to phase 2. He has tough, and after Sabretooth acts against you, that's the same. And how much health has he got? He has 15. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And tough. There you go. Actually, no, I'm not going to have Rock Slide attack for that. No, that's not worth it. So, beyond that, I'm going to discard Nightcrawler. I'm going to keep Polaris and Counterpunch in hand. Rock Slide is going to thwart 1 here. That gives him a total of 3 consequential damage, so I'll just get rid of those. I'll put them over here. And that's going to be my turn, but I'm going to flip down. Like that. I have been forgetting Aspiring Artist, although I've only flipped down once prior to this, to put a card from my discard pile back in my hand. I'm going to do that now for Made of Rage, because I think those are my tickets to just getting Sabretooth down really quickly. Although even if I knock him down, I don't, like, as in get him to 0 health, I'm not sure I instantly win, because the win condition is saving the Senator. So I'm not quite sure how that works in this instance. But anyway, like, I'm surprised he doesn't have like unlimited health until you've rescued the Senator in phase 2 or something. But nope. Okay, there's the shuffling occurring. So I flip down, I end my turn there. I can draw 4 then. Power of Protection, Organic Skin, that's good. Another Counterpunch, and Bait and Switch. Okay. So, 1 on the main scheme. There's 1 away from getting that boosted damage against the Senator. Sabretooth is attacking. He's going to be hitting... Oh, sorry, no, he's scheming. Never mind. So he's scheming for a base of 2 on phase 2. He's scheming for 3, and there goes one of the Mystique cards. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to deal with this, so the Senator is just going to be taking maximum damage, I think. And then encounter card. Oh, good grief. Medical Emergency, Hinder 2. When revealed, place 2 threat per player here, so that's 4 in total. When defeated, heal 2 damage from Robert Kelly. And that's for the campaign. Oh yeah, as per usual, I'm playing the campaign in order, but I'm not going to do a link campaign because it's just too much extra stuff to try and remember and keep track of. I feel it's better to just play them in order and not do them as a linked campaign. Well, we're running out of space here because there's so many things generating threat in play, but I believe that covered everything. Let's see what we can do here. Flipping up. We get a tough status card for flipping to hero form. I'm going to get Polaris on the field by paying with Power of Protection and 1 Counterpunch. It counts for 2 for a leadership card, a protection card. So that gets her on the field. After she enters play, give an X-Men character a tough status card. Colossus now has 2. Again. Then we are going to use the other 2 cards in hand to pay for Organic Steel, put that in play, and put 2 tokens on it. Like that. And then we must do things. We must do things indeed. So let's have Polaris get rid of this. And just get that into discard pile. She takes 1 consequential for doing thwart. Like that. Let's have Colossus attack Juggernaut to get rid of his tough status card. And then let's have Rock Slide hit him for 3 damage. Puts him down to 12. And puts Rock Slide on 1 health remaining. So just swap that with a 5. There we go. He's a pretty good card if you can get him out. I think that's everyone who's gone. My hand is empty. So, yep, we're good. I'm only drawing 4 because I'm in hero form. Bait and Switch. Made of Rage, good. Armor up. Ooh, Protective Training. Maybe I can keep Rock Slide out. That's promising. So, end of turn. 1 threat on main scheme. He is attacking. Do I take it or do I make Rock Slide take it? I can get 3 more damage out of Rock Slide if he lives. I'll take the hit. So he's attacking for 2. He's attacking for 4. There goes Pyro. Tough absorbs it. I'm going to proc Organic Steel, Organic Skin to get it right on back. He heals for 1. So he's back up to 13. And encounter card. Oh, should be. I didn't realize I had an acceleration token. Also, how many medical emergencies does this senator have? Okay, he's got another one. That's certainly some. I feel like, have I missed a lose condition here? Because it definitely doesn't get. If Senator Kelly leaves play. Yeah, as far as I can tell, no. It's just a case of to get to my win condition, I have to rescue the center. But I still don't know what happens if I get Sabretooth to 0 health before I do that. It's very odd. So as far as I can tell, there is just 2 ways to win: take out Sabretooth or save the senator, and then get away with him. I think, because I can't see anything that says like Sabretooth can't die while the senator is not found. So the only lose condition at this point would be you dying to Sabretooth's attacks. Because it does say, like, you treat this text box as blank if he's still to be found. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something here. But either way, can I do enough damage to take Sabretooth out? +6. That would be 8 from Colossus. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I can actually beat him. I can do it just like that. Made of Rage is free. Absorb a tough, but I can give the tough back with this, just to play through the turn properly. I'm hitting for +6 damage, so that's 8 of his 13. 9, 10, 11 takes out Rock Slide. And then 12, 13. Oh, she stays on actually. That means he's down to 0, and I presume that's a win condition. Like I still feel like I missed something, but that is a win condition for him getting taken out, because they had 13 health left. So yeah, I'm going to read through this again a little bit as we kind of close out here, but I think that's a win, I think. So I'm still probably missing something, but if you do find the center, i.e. you get rid of all the threat on there, you find the center, it becomes Protect the Senator, which is a mission, which I think maybe just applies to the campaign. Robert Kelly can't be healed. Hero response: after your hero defends against an attack from Sabretooth, you can spend 2 resources to ready your hero, but only the person holding the Senator has that, and the Senator would become your ally, but he doesn't count towards your cap or anything like that. He has 9 health. Sabretooth would have been hitting him per turn for 3, so you'd have to keep on blocking for him. But oh yeah, and also it says when an enemy resolves an undefended attack against you, deal with damage to Robert Kelly. So it forces him to be hit if you're not willing to like jump in the way. But that only happens if you finish that, and that then forwards this to the injured Senator, which gives you an encounter card when revealed. You would flip this over when completed, defeat Robert Kelly. So this one has a lose condition. When you get to this, if Robert Kelly leaves play, the players lose the game. So it does seem like, that the only win condition for the player is to defeat Sabretooth. So I don't get why you would rescue the Senator. I clearly have missed something. I don't get why you would rescue the Senator, because that's just adding a lose condition. I don't see anything that forces you to rescue him, because there's no lose condition. It has no lose condition in the first step, and only forwards once you save him. And when he's attached to find the center, i.e. you haven't saved him, treat this text box as if it were blank. So yeah, I don't get it. I do not get it. But I'll take a win, even if it's a win with an asterisk in the opposite direction, because yeah, I don't know. Clearly I've missed something, because that doesn't seem right. Because yeah, it just says he can't be healed. It's got the symbol that you can't take off threat, but that doesn't matter if you're just going for the kill. So sure, let's say he's saved. And if he is saved, Senator Kelly is not particularly happy with the X-Men, even though they saved him. He decides that it's all mutants to blame rather than just the Brotherhood, and so Project Wide Awake? Wide Awake. That is not parsed correctly. Project Wide Awake, aka Sentinels, with Operation Zero Tolerance, which is coming to Crisis Protocol next year, actually. So yeah, Operation Zero Tolerance is fighting the Sentinels, and we'll be doing that in the second part of the Mutant Genesis expansion. Incidentally, we'll probably try Sabretooth again at some point in the future, so by all means tell me where I missed some rule, and when we play him with someone else down the line, we'll specifically go for rescuing the Senator. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.